ERP System Demo.
So whenever you create any supplier, right, as user, or you can create the user from here. So here you have to mention the name, the email ID, and the role, right? So for creating user, you just have to click, select this user here and add the button here, right? And adding the name, email, and the role, whatever you have to mention. And for supplier, we have a separate user, right? From here you can create. So you have to just give the supplier name and the email ID here. That's all. So as soon as you created any supplier from here, right? So you'll get a mail that welcome to PlusPay. Hi, is your name the username? The past welcome to PlusPay, and you are added here as the user, and you can start accessing this app here. So you have to come in the Zoho CRM or login from Zoho CRM. In the lead module, when you selected lead module from here, so for creating lead, you have to click on create lead here. So the email field is required, last name is required, the company name too. You have to give your company name. Okay, last name, first name if you want to add, email ID, and you can add the address too in the shipping information. That's all. And you can add the phone number too. And just save it. So that's how you can create the lead. Now, after creating a lead, what you have to do, you have to click on creator here as in the lead model record. So it will directly move to the app. From here, you can see the dashboard, right? Here you provided today's specific request, weekly specification request, monthly specific request, list of waiting file from supplier, list of waiting customer approval, under internal team, that is approved by internal team, approved by customer, declared by internal team, and declined by customer, right? And approved plates also. And here you can see the all the stage history. So that means whenever anyone, either a customer, either as a user, whoever, any changing any status, any data, any record, certainly whatever the changes and any updates that will come, you can certainly check on the all stage history. That is a kind of timeline feature and kind of notification feature, whatever you mean to say here, right? And the base part, it whatever the record that has been shown as a number right here. So suppose it will like come under the internal team or list of waiting file from supplier, and as soon as you click on the number, it will show the records how many are up still pending from the supplier, that is waiting file from the supplier, right? So that's how we maintain the records with each data analytics, right? So you can just have to click here in the number, and just you can see the record here itself. So that's how, as an admin or as in whoever the person will assign, right? Those who check all the records and what are the working conditions that is happening, and suppose you are login, right? And what you have to know just today's update. So certainly you can track it as an admin or as an administration. So your whatever the work has been working, it will work in the flow. Right? So that's how you can track your employees or users, your supplier, your internal team members, whoever the performing is, right? And that's how we can also happy to your customer, right? So how many times it will take to any specific request, it will like go to the potential client, it will like after it to go for manufacturing and all, right? Now from here we have to go on specific request. That's what you're coming for, right? Okay. So as soon as you lead created, now what you do, you have to create your create new specification request from here itself. So what you have to do, you have to click on the button to add new specific request. Click here, select your lead record, right? So as I just, you can check the name from the lead module in the CRM itself and just type it here. On the basis of name, you just selected here, right? Either you can create the new item from here itself, okay, just giving the name, or you can also select the existing one if you want to, right? Any existing items. So suppose if I selected here any existing item, and it will show the name, right? The information that already has been updated, and as in the master module of this item request. Also, he can change the name as you select from the master module. You can change the name if you want to. For this, you can use existing item and change the whatever the small information need to be changed here, right? You can certainly change from here itself. Right? You can change any information that's what you want to, right? Suppose if this is a red, you can change to blue, and that's how it works very good when we have maintaining any master and or in the master module, what in the items request, whatever the information that has been saved, it will show automatically, and you can change on your behalf whatever you want to, right? But it will not update on the master model, it will update as a new, right? So you just you can select the inform, you can just review it and just update it, right, from here itself. So as soon you submit it, right, now what you have to do, here you can check the stage will be like new here, stage new. Now from here you have to assign a member whoever track this specification request. So I already have a user, right, that I created here itself, right, as its own. So just assign it. Here you can see that assignee's person named has been assigned here. Okay. Now what you have to do, you have to click on send dice plate request, or you can also can check the view summary page from here itself. This is the view summary page, and you can see the record that has been added. So now let's come to the system request, and from here you can send the dies and page request. You have to click on it here. It will show a pop-up message, and as I already selected the cutting die on that item request, so that's why it comes cutting die by default. And you have to select the supplier, right? I already have a supplier name, so if from here you have to create a supplier, right? And what are the supplier selected here as user, it will show the email ID of that user by default, and just click on send email. As soon as you click on the send email, right, the button has been removed, right? Means read only form. So I have to just waiting for the mail. So this is the email that I will receive if I at the time of adding any specific request assigned, right? And this is the one for dice request. Okay. So dice request is for that I just sent for, right? So here the subject will be like dynamic that is selected here. If it will be like for die, it will show die. If it will be like plate, it will show the plate request. And this is the mail that we're using now. You have to click here. So this is for your supplier. As a supplier, I'm receiving this mail, right? You have to select the file. You can add any file and upload the image, right? Add any notes, any supply notes. And here you can see the size and text. Here I changed the blue color, also shows the blue color, and just update it as per you needed as a supplier. As soon as you update it, it shows data updated successfully. Again, you have to come on the creator side and just refresh it. Right. And you can check in the view summary page. It shows that it was done from the supplier. That's why the internal review button like is visible, because it was completed from supplier end. Supplier already has been approved, right? So that's why the button is visible now in from the read only form. Now for the internal review, if you just click on send to internal review, now if you uh, assign the user of the internal review, I already created a user for this role. I selected this user and assigned it. As soon as you assigned it, it says send to internal review status. Okay. So just waiting for that mail. This is the email that is for internal team member. As an internal team member, I'll receive this mail, right? So I have to click here. And check the information, right? This is the image. And from here, you can add a comment as an internal team member. Internal team member comments and approve. Either you can approve it, you can also decline. If you decline, we create a version from here itself. You can see versioning. If you decline it, you can create one more version, and from there you can just edit it. If whatever the changes required, I can send again to supply, and supply approve, then it will send to internal review, right? Just like the whole process, right? So let me approve it for now, as I'm doing the positive one. So as soon as it was approved from the internal team member, it shows a message that internal one approved. And in the creator, you just app in the app, you have to just refresh it. It shows the approved by internal team member in the stage, right? Also, you're maintaining here itself. Now, as this was completed from internal review and the supplier too, and you can see the notes from supplier and the internal team notes. Now it is ready to send this to customer. So that's why on the read only form, the button is now visible. So if you just click it here, it shows, do you want to send request to customer? This is the approval process. If you just click on yes, and this is the message that has been shown that the email has been sent successfully. So I have to just wait for the mail as a customer for now. So this is the mail that has been received by customer. So if you just click here as a customer, as it was for die request. So here you can check, and whatever the comment you can give as a customer, cust note, right? Approve, I can decline it. As soon as you decline it, it will go for the another versioning that will be sent to internal team member and the customer again. So as soon as you approve it, it shows approved, and you can check the record in the locator itself. Just refresh it. It shows the approved by customer too here too, right? And from here you can check the PDF and the images that has been uploaded. Okay. Now what you do, from here you can create any outgoing sample request, incoming sample request from here itself. Also, you can create from here. Add ISR, OSR. ISR means incoming sample request. OSR means outgoing sample request. Okay. So suppose if you want to create any new incoming outgoing sample request, you have to just click on here. Okay, by default it shows part of new item request. That item request I added, right, at the time of selecting the existing item and change the name of that item, right, and you can add the quantity. You can here you have a feature that you can attach a picture, right? You can upload and attach a picture. You can add the URL to, and you can capture the image also from your mobile and what are the device that has been required, right? You can add the note, date, time default showing, address is visible here by default as it was coming from the lead module that was added at the time of creating a lead, right? And either if suppose if you forget to add here, right, you can add from here too, as this was required to send outgoing sample request. So as soon as all the information that need to be required, and we can click on, now you have to click on submit button. So as soon as you save the record of the outgoing sample request, you have to click on send request from here itself. It shows outgoing sample request form has been sent successfully. So let me wait for the mail as a customer that I'll receive for the outgoing sample request. So we have a two separate mail. One is for incoming, one is for outgoing. As we are using dynamics, so you can see this as this was for outgoing sample request. So the subject is like outgoing sample request form. I have to click here for reviewing and add and change whatever you want to, and certainly check on the other end because we had change any quantity, and you can change the picture to from here itself and add any note, and you just approve it from here itself. As soon as you approve it, it will show data updated successfully, and you can refresh it here. Right, as soon as it was done from your end, right, the button has been removed in the read-only form, right, and whatever the information that has been changed by customer, right? So as you know, that I changed the quantity, so that's now. Suppose if you add change any picture, text, or quantity, certainly you can see from here itself. Now what you have to do, you have to click on a specific request. Either you can create from here creating code, or you can create from here itself, right? So let me show it from here itself as in quotation creation from here. Click on create code. By default, it's showing specification for existing item or new one. It show you can select here, and quantity you can add on your behalf, right? Unit price you can add here, right? And what are the information need to be required to send this quotation request. And same, and the address has been visible here. That has been coming from the Zoho CRM module. If not, you can also add from here itself. So some way if you forget to add in the lead module, you can add from here itself, and just click on submit button. As soon as you click it, you have to go to the view summary page to send this quotation. Just click on here. It shows specific quote request form has been sent successfully. So as a customer, I have to just wait for the mail. And that's how I receive the mail as a customer for this review quotation. Just click on review quote here. So you can check the PDF, logo, quotation number. Every time change the number, address of the blast pay, created date up to this date, valid till is like 30 days after 30 days of creation date. Here you can see the name, email ID, phone number, address that was coming from the lead module, item name, quantity in price, total price of the grand total, terms and condition we added on our behalf, right? And please review it and agree and accepted the name, date, and from here you can decline it or means denied or you can accept the quotation. If you deny, again you have to change the information that need to be changed for the new quotation to send to your customer, right? And for now, I just go for the positive one. So just accepting this quotation after reviewing that whole. So it shows the accepted, right? And just refresh it here. So you can see that the quotation has been accepted in the green color and the button has been bought. Thank you for watching the video. Please let us know if you have any comments in the process and what has been done so far, right? So I can cover it and go for the next iteration.
Contact us today. Like, share and subscribe. Thanks for watching the video.